Welcome all of my beautiful subscribers, and also a welcome to you if you are new today to my channel. I am Lady Virgo, and I created the channel Divine Divination, but later was guided to change the name of my channel to Divine Destiny 13. And the reason I did that was because I know the significance of our nodal points in our astrology chart. And so that's what my desire is to help and assist as we are shifting through many different energy shifts here on the planet, and guiding people to learn a little bit about themselves through their astrology charts by finding the nodes of your moon. The north node is known as, where we would like to head to. And it also represents the collective energy as well. We had a nodal shift from Gemini to Sagittarius into the nodal points of Taurus, Scorpio. So the collective energy with that north node is to head towards a point where we are honoring and respecting the earth. Taurus is an earth sign, fixed earth, Gaia. Taurus is our values, our self-worth, our food, what we truly value. And I think over the past 2 years, we've definitely had the opportunity to pause and reflect upon what our true values are. And so I created this channel and then switched the name. And 13 has always been a significant number to me. Later in life, when I realized that my sun in Virgo is at 13 degrees, and significant because 13 is a highly evolved feminine energy. It's kind of been hijacked, right? Everything's been flipped as we descended from what God really wanted us to be. And now we are reascending as a collective, and hopefully on an individual level. You've taken the time over the last 2 years to, delve into what matters to you, to reflect on that, and really gain your spiritual self-worth, your true value, which, being in the solar plexus energy of your worth, knowing your worth, and that you're rooted here on the earth plane at this time to evolve. And we are collectively being asked to evolve and grow away from all of the things of the past. So that is the story behind the change of my channel. So welcome. Thank you for being here. Radical self-care has been at the forefront for me. I hope that you're taking time to fill your own cup first as well, to nurture yourself, to reevaluate. Currently today, I'm coming to you on February 7th in 2022. All planets are now direct. And so we will be continuing to see forward momentum. We're seeing a lot of this with the different peaceful protests that are happening across the globe, the Aquarian energy, the people, the water bearer, what is best for the collective, rising against the tyrannical bullshit that's been going on in our earth plane forever. And then really just seeing over the last 2 years this complete unraveling of these megalomaniacs that are trying to dictate over the rest of us. So it's a time to remember your sovereignty, to reclaim your power and stop giving it away, whether it be to media, to traditional medical facilities, to anybody that's, even traditional schooling. These boxes that we've all been caged in, now is our opportunity, especially now that the nodal axis has changed into the Taurus Scorpio axis. Scorpio, that south node energy of letting go of fears, walking away from deep fixed, right? Because Taurus is fixed earth, Scorpio is fixed water. So walking away, letting go of deep fears that were perhaps subconscious fears, deep hidden programs that kept you fixed in perhaps a lower energy of fear or separation. And so really embodying that with the North Node in Taurus, more connection with nature, And it's no coincidence that the megalomaniacs are wanting everybody to stay 6 feet apart, to do everything on what we call the internet, which is just the fake, the secondary version of what we truly are, because our spiritual connection is the true internet, our consciousness. And so at this time, we're seeing a lot of this energy still in Capricorn, of the Pluto energy, of deep hidden things, the structures that have been kind of pushing down on us and stepping on our necks for so many years, trying to let go of that and to rise above it, and seeing the huge, beautiful protest of Canada and different places around the world, that the people are standing together and saying, no more of this. This is our sovereignty. This is our bodies. These are our choices. We choose to live and co-create in a world where everybody's in harmony, where everybody has a voice, where there's more equality, where there's the, the water bearer energy and the Aquarian energy of, my cup is full of love and I have more than enough to pour that out to the collective. And so if you're finding yourself in this little bit of a balancing act right now, where you're getting stuck in the old ways, the old energy, the structures that are falling and dismantling, reel yourself back in. I know for me, I've stepped back from so much information, and I've really been tapping into my own consciousness, tapping into my own well-being and body, right? Taurus energy. Shifting and changing perhaps what we eat, how we think, how we value ourselves. And are we in integrity? Are we witnessing the things come up within us that is an old pattern, but not going down the rabbit hole of getting sucked into it, but just observing it, witnessing it, so that we can ascend and evolve as a single individual person and also as the collective. And we're seeing this Saturn energy that is in Aquarius now, where you're seeing a lot of the people stepping up and saying no, drawing a line in the fucking sand, like, no, this isn't going to work. We can't be dominated by a few. This is a collective. We are all chose to be here. We're sovereign. We deserve equality and balance, and no longer tolerating the injustices that we're witnessing. A phrase that keeps coming up to me, and it's very beautiful and very biblical, is to remind ourselves to not be fixed on what we're witnessing being dismantled with our two eyes, but to cling to the things of the unseen. Cling to the knowingness that you're sovereign, that you are a spiritual being, that the creator of the entire universe has your back when you're walking in that heart space, that sacred heart of yours, and moving forward in a way of in integrity. Excuse me. I'm finding, because we have so many energy shifts happening, the sun keeps putting off these huge coronal mass ejections. It's coming into our weakened magnetosphere on a cellular level, on a body level, on a consciousness level. Many of us are feeling this and really needing to adjust and assimilate. And so one thing I've always shared on my channel is to make sure that you're listening to your body. Hydrate, rest, go by what your body's telling you, to whether you need to eat or not. Listen to your body on if you're taking in information from the fuckery that's happening and witnessing all of the drama. Are you focusing on the love and seeing light there? Or are you focusing on, which is very difficult for me having a stellium in Libra, are you focusing on the injustices? Because at some point, which nobody knows the time or the hour, at some point, justice, light, God, creator of the universe, us in integrity, living from a heart-centered space, will prevail. There's many people out there predicting solar flares and the event and this, that, and the other, and I just have to listen as an observer and go, no, nobody knows the time or the hour. So predicting that. My purpose always on my channel is for guidance and encouragement, as we are definitely on the earth plane going through so many changes and shifts. And it can be difficult sometimes when we're only getting fixed on those things that are seen. So remind yourself to slow down. Let's take a deep breath together right now, in through your nose, really deep into your solar plexus, and a nice good exhale to reset our energy fields. I'm going to clear the energy of my space and draw a few cards of encouragement. Call upon God, Creator, Source of the universe, Divine White Light. Fill me up with your agape love, your presence, your light, your love. Help us to stand strong in our heart spaces. Help us be courageous. We are now in the Chinese New Year of the water tiger, the water being the soul, the emotions, the heart, the tiger being courageous, fierce in love, not in physical war, standing in our truth. It's time to hear your people roar. And we give thanks for your support to give us courageousness, to walk forth in our integrity, in our heart spaces. And the biggest, most powerful energy that we understand and understand is love, happiness, joy, gratitude. And we give thanks in advance. Shalom. So I'm feeling like this is so powerful. The Chinese New Year, you know, being the water energy, the element of water, tiger. We're moving into this energy where we have the United States in its Pluto return, where dismantling of the hierarchy, the dark hidden things being revealed, the structures that keep trying to push down on the people. The people are standing up and they're not fighting. They're not, for the majority of the part, most people are standing forward, speaking their truth, standing strong, drawing a line in the sand and saying, no more of this. It was never meant to be so backwards and so out of balance. So reel yourself back in. Don't judge yourself if you go, you know, into clinging into fear or the energies that are being crumbled and dismantled. We have a long ways to go yet to bring forth, well, I'm not even going to say that it's time. You know, Saturn on the higher aspect of it is us growing and learning from past experiences. And then we have certain people, just the less than 1% megalomaniacs, trying to silence voices, to dismantle and hide the true history of humankind as us as light workers, way showers, stardust. So getting back into your heart center and standing forward courageously, right? We're moving our way into this full moon in Leo on the 16th as well, and I'll be back to do a Sabian symbol for that. So again, we have the tiger who's courageous and fierce and kind of at the top of the animal kingdom, so to speak, but from a heart-centered space. And we are moving into this full moon energy in Leo. The sun represents Leo, courageous on the higher aspect, loving, heart-centered, vitality, joy, playfulness, right? So very powerful and significant. We're just going to draw some messages here for this current energy share. Thank you so much for being here with me and staying with me as I was going through many metamorphoses myself and radical self-care. Peace. So we have the solar energy here with joy, the solar plexus energy. This is from my Gaia Oracle. Dissolving unwanted or disturbing thoughts. And that's how you do it. Find your peace. Make peace with your past, right? South Node in Scorpio. Face your fears. Don't get too fixed in your emotions. Remember your sovereignty. Find time for joy, gratitude, courageous movement within your world, and that will create more peace. Letting go of your past, healing from the wounds. And on the collective, you can't burn history. You can't corrupt and mislead people on history, or else we tend to, as a human species, to repeat it. I feel very optimistic that it's not going to be repeated. You know, we have Uranus and Taurus, and that was the same cycle when Hitler and his regime gained control over the people. This is a time for us to find peace, dissolve any of the unwanted or disturbing thoughts of what's happening, to not ignore them, to not push them under the rug, but yet to find peace with where we are. And how you can do that is gaining your self-worth, your true self-worth, of remembering your sovereignty, bringing forth joy in your life, bringing forth passion in your life, playfulness, right? Creator said, be childlike. And so it's been very difficult for us to be childlike in such a distorted reality of what we've been living. What we're seeing revealed isn't new, it was hidden. And now is our time for an individual level and a collective level to rise above it, to change, to be authentic to you, and bring more joy and more peace into not only your world, but as us as co-creators into a world where we want to see come into fruition the being of it. So anchor your light in that. Don't get caught up in the things that are being dismantled. Don't judge yourself if you go there. Fix your eyes on the prize, the light, the divinity, the peace, the love, the enough for everybody to have enough without struggling. Over the last couple of years, you know, the Bezos and the Zuckerbergs and the Gates and the Walmarts and the yada yada have all multiplied their abundance, while many of us through eons have been given scraps, barely making it by, right? This isn't new. What we have the opportunity to do now is not repeat the past, but yet co-create a new world, a new vision for all of God's children. Love that. So what's chakra with this peace card? Oops, sorry about that. I hope that everybody's taking good care of themselves. It's a huge time to pay attention to your body and to supplement and adjust. EFT tapping, Qigong, yoga, getting out in nature, hydrating with beautiful clean water, setting your intentions of peace. Which chakra to go along with this peace message today of dissolving unwanted or disturbing thoughts? Keep your mind in check. I just found a 0.1 hertz frequency where, you know, in the Eastern world, they always do the prayer position over their heart chakra, or the natives would take 2 fingers and tap over their hearts to pull you down. I learned this from Greg Braden. Pull you down in your heart and out of that mind. We're needing to move forward, you know, just like on the back of this Gaia deck, the illuminated heart. On the Yeshua Master, that heart was illuminated on many images as well. And that is by living in your truth, by living in integrity, by living from the heart space, dropping the monkey minds. Like we've lived in this world of materialism and greed. And even, you know, back in the Roman days, thinking the bling bling and the material of just that type of value is what really mattered, and it's not. It's about your heart, always has been. And so making sure you're living that, living in the flow of the heart and not in resistance to it. So we got the silver chakra, and in the silver chakra, this is spirit. So it would be like a major arcana, right? Silver is our higher minds. Spirit is neutrality. And the card coming up is confusion. You see this person standing here. This is asking us not to be confused by what we're witnessing with our 2 eyes, to tap into our spiritual essence, to observe it from a neutrality, spiritual perspective, to have an understanding that we're seeing an old guard crumble, and tapping into your spiritual observer so that it doesn't cause confusion. I know for me, when I had some major issues starting in October, I was taking in so much of the information and getting so very furious about the injustices that we're witnessing, and watching the Faucis of the world get on mainstream media and lie through his little short ass teeth constantly. And then yet you have people like Speaking Truth, like Joe Rogan, who are getting censored. Instead of me getting sucked into that now, I'm observing it from more of a neutrality, right? I'm just sharing my experience with you from a neutral perspective of seeing that in order for the darkness to be gone, we have to shine the light upon it. And in order for me to not be fixed with seeing what's happening with our two eyes, to just tap into our heart space, not allow what we're witnessing to be confusion within you, chaos within you, disturbing thoughts within you. Go for the peace, go for the joy, go for the laughter. You can observe it from that neutrality, right? And allow yourself time to really breathe. Breathe. Letting go of all those confusions, lower vibrational thoughts. And you see this little spirit being, higher self, hand on the shoulder, comforted, consoled, supported. Don't get lost in the confusion, in the mind games, in the mind salads. Go with your higher self. Your soul knows what to do at this time. How beautiful. We're going to draw another one from our astrology oracle deck. See what planet, element, sign may want to be highlighted at this time for this little share. Thank you again so much for being here. If you're new, I hope you stay and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. Thank you again to all of my subscribers for staying with me. I appreciate every one of you. I appreciate your comments, your shares, and your love. We're not perfect, so don't judge yourself. Neptune, sacrifice. We got the heart chakra, Neptunian energy. Neptune and Jupiter are both in Pisces right now. So we can get lost in the confusion, or we can go into our heart space. We can choose to sacrifice going with the flow of the world right now. And if I were you, I wouldn't want to be part of the society that's crumbling right now neither. Or we can choose to go into our heart space, to not be confused, to go with that higher perspective of the Neptunian, supportive, dreamy vision, and allow for expansion, because we have Jupiter there with Pisces, or I'm sorry, with Neptune in Pisces, expanding upon that. Don't get lost in the illusions. Neptune energy also with the Pisces, representative of Pisces, is escapism on the lower aspect. So don't escape from anything. Don't disassociate from your body and what it's saying to you. Don't disassociate when you have thoughts come up, perhaps, right? That you need to face. Again, with that South Node in Scorpio, fears, fixed emotions from the past. Allow this energy to guide you into your heart. Like I said, tap or put your hands in prayer position over your heart. Take deep breaths. Allow your higher self, God, creator of the universe, to support you, to comfort you. Don't get fixed on what you're seeing with your two eyes. Go with the bigger picture of your spiritual essence, right? And be guided by that at this time, because we are going through so many changes and we're very easily pulled back into old ways. And if we continue to do that, we're going to prolong this evolution in this rise in consciousness that we're globally, not only on the earth plane, supported to rise up out of and do better, right? When we know better, we do better. Not repeating patterns of the past, not allowing those megalomaniacs of the world to pull you back in to the fuckery, to the fear. They come up with the problems and then want to offer you the solutions. It's just fuckery, you know? So allow yourself, don't be self-sacrificial. Step into your heart, know your sovereignty, know your divinity, find more joy, more playfulness, play some music, do whatever brings you joy, laugh. The sacrifice here to me on the beautiful part of it with Neptune is going into your heart space. You know, Yeshua, the Master Yeshua himself, was persecuted, and he was just from his heart space, rightfully guided by his heart. So continue to put yourself out there, put your voice out there, but don't allow people to step on you and use you as a doormat. Even Christ himself flipped some fucking tables, right? I am making room for fun. That goes perfect with the message of peace, solar plexus, sacral chakra, moving towards this energy of the full moon in Leo coming up to make fun, make time for fun, make time for joy. Stay in your heart space. Don't be confused by what you're witnessing with your two eyes, and have fun, laugh, giggle, and enjoy the ride. We are in transformational times, and we are also being asked to go into that heart space. Don't go with the flow of the mainstream. It'll pull you back down into that lower vibe where your thoughts, you know, are in fear or disturbed or helpless or hopeless. Find your peace. Go in your heart. Love this message for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I shall return very soon. I am rising. I am having joy. I am loving up myself in my body, right? North Node in Taurus. Take care of your body. Listen to your body. Get out in nature. Reassess your values. And again, with all planets now direct, forward momentum that we're witnessing with all of these beautiful, beautiful peacemakers, these warriors, these tigers, these Leos, the Leo energy that stepping forward in their heart space and saying, no, I'm in my integrity, and we're drawing a line in the sand. So stay in peace, stay in joy, stay out of comparison and competition, and more than ever, break away from the fear-mongering bullshit. I send this to you guys with so much love. Shalom, shalom.